Right, hello tubers. This is just a quick waffling around the garage. So I've got now a new screen for my bike, which is in here. We will open up shortly. This old one has to come off, and I've got bits and pieces to do in the garage, so there's just a bit of a mismatch of a video this. So you'll see me fixing my helmet. I'll just put this onto here. So this is where we're going to start. We're going to start off taking off the original Honda screen. So I bought a Pewag screen for it, a taller one. Typical of me, second hand on eBay. Second hand on eBay. Dead easy to fix these. I'm still waiting for some other bits and pieces for the bike. I'm waiting for the sat nav unit I've ordered for it, which is in one of the previous videos. I'm waiting for my cruise control on it, and I'm looking at a new set of lights actually. Even though them ones work okay, I'm going to get a better quality set of lights. So I think when I do all this, I'll strip it all down, I'll do it all in one video. Because the last thing I want to start doing is taking off all the plastics, putting them back on, taking them off, putting them back on. That's the hardest part of it, to be honest, is the actual part of actually taking off all the panels. The fitting of this stuff is quite easy. Now, this is a taller screen of the Honda, and it's what they call a touring screen, and to be quite honest with you people, you don't really get much protection off it. Now on my 2019 and my 2015 Honda NCs, they both had the Pewag screens on. So in fact, before we take them off any further, I'm just going to cut you off, and then we'll come once I've got the screen out of the box. Or in fact, even better, because I know how much you like unboxings. You like unboxings, so we might as well see. So this was around about £50 off eBay, and to buy new they're about £132. So it's come well packed. You can see straight away just looking at it. You can see straight away just looking at it in the packaging, it's going to be bigger than the old one. And this has actually got a top reflector with it as well. So I'll put the you like my videos, you know, they're just me. They're not, I don't do this for profits or to become a big YouTuber. I'm never going to be that. I just enjoy filming what I do now, and if it brings some happiness to us all, just to me, certainly when I get out on the bike. I've not been out on, as you can see, the CB650R E-clutch, and I've got quite a lot of stick over the BMW, but that was honestly me truthful views on it, people. That ASA, for me, it's not a patch on the E-clutch at the moment, but BMW will improve it, it will get better. My God, at least I've got some packing from eBay stuff I've got to get rid of. That is a bonus when you buy stuff, because you get free packing, don't you? So I've got it's on it, people. Now it's slightly tinted, but as you can see, and we've got a top visor on it, which I've never used on one before. So in actual fact, it's not much bigger. Well, it is. It's about 2 inches, but it's the places like this that'll make the difference. It's got a chamfer on it that blows the wind away, and that's what I always found about the Pewag. The Pewag screen did seem to keep it away. So let's get on with it. Let's get the new screen on there. and then we can do what we like doing best, which is riding it. And it's due for a real good clean, a good service now. And I was reading as well on the Honda forums, there is actually Honda have got a recall on this from 21 onwards with the software to do with the DCT. So I'm going to check with Honda themselves and see what they have to say. I'll go into Yules and ask them, they'll know. And all as it is basically a firmware update on it. And I remember my second NC, which believe it or not, went back because they had gearbox issues with it and they couldn't resolve it, and they found afterwards, it went back to Honda and they found it was software issues. So that, you know, it would stay in one gear. Now, let's just, while this is off, got a little bit of a clean. Might as well do it while it's off, mightn't you? Hard places to get at. And quite interesting to see if there's going to be a new NC750 out. You can see, like I said in one of my videos, you can see the AI YouTubers that are putting it out and showing it as a new one, but when you speak to Honda themselves, there's nothing being said about it at the moment. So got a feeling it's just going to be a colour change and a price change. I've said it before, and that'll be it. And maybe 2025, next year, there will be a new NC come out then. 25, 26 in effect. But I'm really in the dilemmas whether I will just keep this bike totally, because I love it. I do really enjoy riding this bike. And upgrade all the suspension and the bits that I need to do on it. Now let's hope this fits. Perfect fit, so we're fine. So as long as we get one in. And I'll give it a ride and tell you what I think. And as I say, for me, this is a massive saving on this, because like I say, this bike was this screen with that top on it is about 130 odd quid. So it is great when you find bargains, but you have to just look for them. And I don't tighten them right up, I just want them in enough so I can still move the screen about a bit. The old screws fit it fine, and the ones I've put in here are stainless. So I'm not going to change them for the cheap black ones. These are not standard screws, by the way, people. I bought these for this. Like I said, you can see it's a 5-10 minute job to do this, to be honest. Remember, tighten your bolts opposite sides. Make sure they're in, don't cross thread them. And I was saying on my last video, I've had one reply on it that says leave it as it is, whether we do an intro and things like that. I've done little bits in the past, but I don't know what to follow the crowd. I think none of us like the sound of our own voice when you're actually listening to yourself on it. You just think, don't sound too good there. Do we up the ante? Now, I'll show you as well in a second. I was really pleased with my last video that I put out, my waffle. home on Friday, which was yesterday, the sound quality on my the video, and it's the first time. I'll just show you now, although I'm not keeping this helmet. So this is the helmet I go on about, people, which is a Scorpion carbon. And it is a nice helmet, and when you go inside here, you've got inside here, as you can see, you push that and it pumps up the cheeks, and then there's a little button just to the side of it there which you press and that deflates them. Now I had real problems with sound, so what I've done now, this is Mikado sound plugged in, which they always work really well, to be honest, but my sound for my microphone, which always got a lot of wind noise, was sat around about here under the chin guard. I've actually moved it there now, so it's right inside. You can't see it because it's thick, but it's there, and that seems to work. That seems to work really, really well. Now I have also ordered the wireless microphone too, so I'm going to try that, and if that works, I'd rather just carry on with the wireless mics. My wireless one microphones are okay. I won't say they're fantastic, but anyway, it's nice, isn't it? Give us your comments on it. It's got a few little marks in it, but it's been used, and a bit of spit and polish on that. I've never had one of these on my bike before. I know our back brake Tom has got one, so I don't know whether that goes up or down. I'll have to look at that. Whether it just tilts. It looks as though it just tilts to me. Bit of a clean. What do you think? I think it suits the bike better, doesn't it? I think it's certainly it's nicer looking. What's it like from this side? What's it like for you to see out of? I did see was just a basic one, but it was a big square one, and it looked flimsy and thin. And sometimes you can put these screens on bikes, and they actually do more damage because the vortex, the wind comes in from the sides. But that's it for now. I need to get on and somehow sort out all these sides of. How many of your garages are like this, people? It's just stuff that I've pulled out of the old cabinets I got rid of, that I was sorting out from left to right to get rid of and keep. Why I've got cocktail, well, I know why I've got cocktail sticks. When I actually, if you've got little stone chips on your car, take the cocktail stick, you cut off the end of it there flat, and you put it in the paint and you dip it on. That's the best way to put your little stone chips on your bike or your car. That's the way to do it. And then loads of other stuff. My brake fluid, which I should have done the video actually. I rebled the brakes on my my NC before I went away and met the Magnificent 7 down in the Cotswolds, which I really enjoyed there. I'm going to meet them on another big event in a couple of weeks. But I'm going to prep her now, ready for the NEC is the next big ride I'll do on this. I've also got to get this baby out. I've not been out on it enough. I'm like, with the CB600R, the problem I have with it, I get cramp. So that angle there, from your pegs up where your legs go, is just a bit too acute for me. So I'll ride it for 40 minutes or 50 minutes and then my legs will ache, and then I'll have to straighten them out or get off and stop. When you get riding on the bike, I mean, the bike, it's an amazing bike. Again, this bike, I'm amazed for a 4-cylinder at low revs how quickly it picks up. A beautiful bike, and that e-clutch, honestly people, that's why I bought it. I would just like these forks on the NC. The suspension on it is absolutely sublime. The bike is, in fairness, you know, the bike is absolutely beautiful. I wanted to lower the pegs a little bit, but I don't seem to be able to do that. There's no kits, anything out there. And as you can see on this side, I can't go any lower anyway. That's as far down as these pegs will go here. So, you bought it, you live with it. So I think it's just a case I've got to do a bit more riding on it and get more, you know, get more used to it. But the bike itself, do I regret it? No. Would I change it? Yes. What would I change it for? I don't know. I don't know. You know, my mind keeps in bearing back to doing a bit of green laning. But like I say to you all, green laning for me in Cheshire, it's just a long way to ride to do a green lane. And then you're riding a bike that you're taking a chance off-road. And if it's like, if you drop it, you bend. I mean, people don't mention this. They bend wheels, they bend forks. And you're in the middle of nowhere, you've got to then recover it, haven't you? So, that's my thoughts. But the NC now, another little upgrade. I'm looking for also, I don't know what to do on this as well. Give me comments what I should do. Because I don't like all the sat-nav units up here, sat in my screen. And the problem is, you put them on here, when they come up here, you've got the front sometimes gets in the way. My quad lock will come off because I don't need it. The other issue I have really seriously thinking about, as you can see on these handlebars, I need to somehow, I may get away with it, I need to get the cruise control. Whether, yeah, I'll probably get it in there, to be honest. It'll probably go in there if I move the brake cylinder up, the brake reservoir up an inch. I'll be able to fit it inside there. But you can see, you know, my hand, you really look at where my hand is. It's going to be difficult again to actually set your actual speed and your control on it. Maybe it has to go on this side. But again, there's just, as you can see, there's just not a lot of space. This will have to come off. That'll allow the handbrake to move up a bit. I've got to find out how big that switch is for the cruise control. But that's the main thing, is for the cruise control, that is my worry. That's going to be the hardest part about fitting that on this bike. But other than that, people, honestly, you know, the NC750 DCT for me is the best bike in the world for me at this moment in time. That's for me. I love it. It just does everything I need to do. You know, it rides well. It sticks to the road well. I've got to take off these as well. These cameras. I've got new cameras with the new kit I've got. So there's better ones. But as I say, with my lights, I mean, these lights were 49 quid. You know, and these went in no time, as you can see. They still work. They still turn on. They notify you. Quite hard on the bars on this, because the bars, as you can see, go in. So I'm going to look for a better set, that with proper brackets that sit forward facing. We're at about 11,000 miles now on the NC. So I'm going to drop the oil. I'm going to do the service on it myself. Drop the oil, the filter, do the DCT filter. So I'll do a little video of that. And at 18,000 miles, I'm going to do the valves on it. And while I'm doing that, I will go through all the bike, all the swing arm bolts, re-grease them, and literally spend a good 2 days going over everything in it. As I say, the long term of it is, if a keeper, because of what I pay for the bike, and that's the other side of what I was saying about what we're saying about finance, I pay PCP on this, but I overpay on this. I don't, my standard payments on this, I think about £105. I pay up to 140 quid a month on it. So when I come after 18 months to hand this back, I know, after 24 months, so when I come to April next year, I know I've got enough in it, it's over halfway through the contract, to actually either hand it back or we'll decide to get a settlement, which will probably be about £4,500 to buy it outright. And if I do that, then I'll seriously look at upgrading the suspension back and front and keeping her. The problem with me is, I've only had one other NC that's been like just over about 28 months, my 2015 NC. This, I do enjoy it. I preferred the old NC suspension, to be honest. The one on this, they've just made it a little bit too low for my liking. They've made it just purely road based, and it is extremely good on the road. Going down gravel tracks, it does it, but it doesn't do it as well as the 2015 onward model. So that's me having me waffle. As I say, the worst bit now, I've just got to, drives me mad, all the shit I've built up over the years. I need to actually, and I keep on saying it, I need to do my bike. That is a KLE 500, if people want to know. The forks have all been refurbished, the frames all been refurbished. I was sent the rear swing arm bearings and they were wrong, and that's my fault, because I should have just bought them directly from the OEM manufacturer, because when they did come, they looked cheap and nasty compared to it. So it's another, for the bottom of where the suspension goes, it's another 120 quid for basically 6 bearings to go on it. So it's becoming, when we have these ideas of stripping these bikes down, you know, and making them brilliant again, all these little bits start to add up. Again, it'll be a bike, it'll just swallow money, you know, and I know it will do that, but it will have to at some stage come out and have work done on it. It will have to be worked on. And the wheels he had powder coated. The wheels on them, they're tube tyres. I'm going to look at sealing them and see how I get on putting tubeless on. There's people say that it doesn't work because of the way the rim shapes, the way the tyre goes on the rim, but the only way I'm going to find out is doing it. The engine underneath there at the back, that's going to come out and that's going to get stripped down quite a bit. There was a piece of aluminium in the sump I found when I drained all the oil on it, and the oil, it hadn't been changed for years. You could tell it hadn't. And this little piece of thumb size of aluminium spoiled it on me, because that's the case. The engine runs, you know, the bike run as sweet as a nut, but when you start looking in the bottom of your oil, if you've got filings in the bottom of that oil, you know something's wearing somewhere, so you've got to look at it. So that'll be quite interesting. I'll be quite, because I haven't had an engine apart for a long time, fully apart, and I have done them before. I've done many of them. So get the manual and I'll get stuck into that. I'll bring that as a video. And not a lot of people follow it. There's one really good one out there that he restores bikes, and you can say he does it so well. And when you're doing it every day, like anything, you become, you know, it's natural. You don't have the worries. You know where your faults, what grief you're going to have, and how to get the bits. So that's it. We'll leave you in peace. Now I need to get on with sorting out my tools and cleaning it up. And for next year, this garage is going to get a massive makeover again. A lot of this is going to be gone, and it'll probably be more a place where I'm going to try and do me videoing, and maybe bring some live chats. I hope my channel builds up that enough to actually bring some live chats. So I'll put a little desk in here and I'll make it a bit fresher than it looks now, because it's a working garage, people. That's what this is. This is, you know, a real hard working garage that just has had cars in it, bikes in it, I come in here to work, and it's my space really. It's my freedom. When you sit in here, it's just a place I enjoy being, and that there is a new kitchen cabinet. Even though I spent a fortune with Ren putting a brand new kitchen in, I decided I want some more cabinets, so I've got to fit that. And then with the running pieces. And then, by the way, just to let you know, that's 180 quid. 180 pounds for these. And the cabinet, which is a bottom and top cabinet, that's another just short of 200 pounds to get it in the same. It's just, we're absolutely robbed now. Like I say, Britain is a very expensive place to live. Right, at that. Catch you on the next one. Birchwood Biker. See you later.